no matter how much time passes or how far you've distanced yourself from them. There are certain things a narcissist will carry with them forever. These memories aren't cherished in a healthy, sentimental way. They're stored like ammunition, ego wounds, or trophies. Narcissists have a selective memory, but when something affects their pride, power, or control, it etches itself into their psyche in a permanent way. One thing a narcissist will never forget is the moment you saw through their mask. The second you challenged their illusion of superiority or exposed their manipulation, it became an unforgettable injury to their ego. To them, being seen as flawed is intolerable. They may never admit it, but deep down, they hold on to that moment of exposure as a threat they can't erase. They also never forget the people who denied them admiration. If you didn't give them the attention or validation they were craving, you instantly became someone they felt compelled to prove wrong or punish. Narcissists thrive on admiration like oxygen, and any refusal to feed that need is experienced as deep rejection. Another unforgettable event for a narcissist is abandonment, whether emotional or physical. If you walked away from them, especially on your own terms, it leaves a scar they hide beneath their arrogance. They might act like they never cared or quickly replace you to seem unbothered. But the truth is, being left disrupts their sense of power and control. They replay that moment over and over, trying to make sense of how they lost their grip. The narcissist also remembers their supply hierarchy. They don't forget the people who gave them the highest form of admiration, attention, or resources. Even if they discarded you, in their mind, you remain part of a mental ranking. If you were grade A supply, they compare everyone who follows you to that standard. And if you outgrew them and glowed up, they remember and resent it deeply. They will also never forget public humiliation or any event that damaged their image. Their external reputation means everything to them. So any event where they were embarrassed, criticized, or exposed in front of others becomes a mental scar. They may plot revenge for years, just to restore their imagined dominance. Lastly, narcissists never forget betrayal, but in their eyes, betrayal can mean anything from calling out their behavior to setting boundaries. Even when you were simply protecting yourself, they interpret your self-respect as disloyalty. That twisted perception fuels grudges that last a lifetime. While you may move on and heal, the narcissist often stays stuck in those moments. Not because they loved you deeply or cared in a healthy way, but because they can't let go of anything that pierced their ego or questioned their false self.